Hi, welcome to another Tasty Tuesday on Kristie's A Plus Cooking. This week's theme is U is for upside down cakes, and the featured recipe is blueberry lemon upside down cake. If you're enjoying my videos, be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends about it. We're going to get started by making the blueberry topping, or the layer. We're going to spray the pan with cooking spray. We're going to add 2 cups of blueberries in a bowl. This frozen blueberries just happens to be exactly 2 cups. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice. And we're going to mix it and then pour it into the prepared pan. And you're going to want to even it all out. I'm using frozen blueberries because it's the winter, but either work, either fresh or frozen work. Now we're going to make the cake part. We're going to start out with a half a stick of unsalted butter, and I posted an article about salted versus unsalted butter. I always use unsalted butter because you never know how much salt is in butter. So then you're going to add 1 cup of sugar and a half a cup of lightly packed brown sugar, and you're going to cream those together nice so they're nice and blended and fluffy. And with your KitchenAid, you always need to stop it part way through and scrape the bowl to make sure everything mixes in. I've already measured out the flour. It calls for 1 3/4 cups flour and a teaspoon of kosher salt and 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder. I also posted an article about baking powder versus soda, baking soda, on my Facebook page. We're just going to mix that all in nice. And then you're going to add 2 eggs. I kept these at room temperature because you do that because then it mixes in and blends better. And you're going to mix it until it's light and fluffy. That looks great. Then you're going to add about half of the flour mixture and 3/4 cups of whole milk. I didn't have whole milk, so I am using up my half and half that I needed to use up. And you're going to mix that in. And again, I'm going to scrape the sides down to make sure everything blends in. And then you're going to add the rest of the flour. And it's almost finished, but I need to add some lemon zest. I like to highlight some useful gadgets whenever I'm doing my cooking show. And I wanted to share that you need to, if you're gonna make a lot of lemon stuff and need lemon zest, you need to invest in a good lemon zester that does it really fine. And you have to be careful that you don't go too deep, otherwise it's very bitter. So you just do a couple of scratches and move your lemon around. We're gonna need about 2 teaspoons, and I'm thinking that I can get that with 1 lemon easily. Almost done, and I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not even gonna, that looks like two teaspoons to me, and if there's a little bit more, that's okay. My family loves lemon. And we're gonna mix that all in. And then we're gonna spread it on top of the blueberries. You have to kind of be careful so that you don't disturb the blueberries. So you're gonna kind of dollop this on. So it will look nice. And then, believe it or not, your oven is preheated to 350 and you're gonna bake it for an hour. Almost ready to go in the oven. You're gonna smooth it all out. I could have made a pineapple upside down cake, because that's what you usually think of when you think of upside down cakes, but I wanted to do something a little different. And believe it or not though, I found 3 different ways to make pineapple upside down cake. You can make it into cupcakes. They even had a recipe for a pineapple upside down bundt cake, and it's beautiful. So I'm gonna post those this week. Now it's ready to go in the oven. We'll see you in about an hour. It's been an hour and it's done. So now we've got to take it out and let it cool for 15 minutes before we can flip it. One of the things that the original recipes said in the comments is that a 9-inch cake pan is a little too small, so they were going to use a springform pan. As you can see, mine was just right. See you in about 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes, so it's ready to flip. I'm just going to run my knife along the edge. And I wanted to share something about the original recipe. It called for vanilla, but I decided to leave it out because I wanted to have the full taste of the lemon. But you can put it in. So we're going to flip it. And I always have to. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it will come out of the pan. That's why looks kind of beautiful. The recipe says to serve it immediately after making a whipped cream topping, but I think I would want it cold. So I would cool it off and then decorate each individual piece with whipped cream, either stabilized whipped cream or the canned whipped cream, and a few blueberries and maybe a little slice of lemon. Thanks for watching Tasty Tuesday, and I'll see you next week.